بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Verily, mankind is in loss except for those who believe and do righteous actions and encourage others to what is right and have patience. And patience is a very important thing in life, in all aspects of life, but especially in trading, investing, and all those other things. Without patience, you will most likely find yourself in loss. So that is something to keep in mind. You must stay patient. Uh, Learn exactly what you should do, how you should go about your plan, and then stay patient and stick to the plan. That is applicable in life in general, but definitely applicable in trading and investing. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is the Islamic blockchain. Today, the Fed chairman, Mr. Jerome Powell, your boy Jerome Powell, says that the money printer will go burr again. Yes, the Federal Reserve, they do print a lot of money, as we've been saying. And if you have money in your pocket, maybe you have $10 in your pocket or something, maybe more than that. The more they print, the less that it's worth. It's basically melting in your pocket. So basically, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said that the U.S. Monetary Authority will let inflation shoot above 2% target to privilege the labor market. Long story, but the point is they're going to keep pumping the inflation into the system. They have to. They have no choice because of the interest that's in the system. So uh, it's just another point that you should keep in mind. It's never going to end. It's not going to end good. It's going to end badly. There's just no way around it. It's just moving chairs around on the Titanic. But moving on. So we talked about the different wallets that you could use to get your money out of the banks. Yes, if your money is sitting in the bank and you're not making any effort to avoid the RIBA and the interest that the banks are using your funds for, then I would strongly consider looking at the options, taking the opportunity to try, even if you just use a little bit of your funds, small amount, to test and see how it works for you, if you can get your money from out of that system into a system that will be halal for you. So we went over the wallets that you could, some of the wallets that you can use. The descriptions will be down below. But even with some of the wallets or having your money on a cryptocurrency exchange, the uh, the it's not a dirty little secret, but it kind of the secret about the cryptocurrency exchanges, like you have Binance, Coinbase, and many others. The exchanges actually are not exactly like banks, but they're similar. They take your crypto and put it in a pot. Then what they do is they're the custodian of it. So they have a wallet or wallets, and they have it in cold storage, which is not connected to the internet. And they keep it there for you. You can do the trading, but they're actually holding the actual currency for you. And when you withdraw it to your private wallet, then you are the custodian of it. Now, can the exchange secretly or then take your currency and do something similar to what the banks do? They could. There's some whispers and rumblings that they do that, but we don't know for sure. So we're not going to make any moves off of speculation and assumption, because we're not supposed to go assuming, but we should take the proper steps. So one of the best, probably the best way to 100% ensure that no one is using your funds for anything other than exactly what you want is to have full, complete control of it. And that would be with one of these, a Ledger Nano, Ledger Nano X. These are hardware wallets that it's very secure, never been hacked or whatever, but it's probably the best on the market. And you are the only one who has access to your cryptocurrency funds. And you can still use it to do trading. We won't get into that right now, but we will show later on how you can do it to actually do trading straight from the ledger, where it's never on an exchange. You always have control of it, because you have to actually get the exchange to send it to you, like if you want to cash out or anything. So that's one thing. But with this, it's always on your wallet. So this link will be down below, where you can pick one of these up if you want to, and they have all the videos and everything for you to set it up. Many of you already have it, so that's a good step. But if you want to really be secure, you can get one of these. Now, the good thing about this is, wherever you go with one of these, you can have all your funds with you. You don't need to carry anything, even the keys, the private keys, the password is just in your mind. So for instance, people who they love gold or silver or hard metals. Now, if you had to travel somewhere far and fast, you couldn't take all your gold and silver or whatever with you, like Scrooge McDuck. You couldn't do it. You would have to sell it, take the money, then you are going to the jewelry store or whatever, and then you're haggling over the price. With this, you can have all your funds right there in your pocket, in your hand. And if you are someone like me personally, I have had items that were confiscated at the airport. I know people who had money, thousands and thousands of dollars, that had it taken from them at the airport in different countries or whatever. So this is a way that you could travel easily and freely. You can have $1 billion on this small device here, and no one can get into it but you. No one will be able to keep you from moving it from here or there but you. I remember once I tried to make a transaction that some of the banks will not let you make transactions over $10,000 on a debit card, debit card. And even if you then go into the bank, I went into the bank and I told them that why couldn't I do this, and they still wouldn't let me. Long story short is, this cuts out the bank. You can have all of your funds, US dollars, in the form of stable coins, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, anything. You can have $1 billion worth or more on this device here, and no one has control over it but you. And even if they steal it, you can still just get another one. You have your private keys that will be explained in the description once you get the product. But you can always recover it, long as you lose your key, long as you have the private keys, the private password that you make, and you're off to go. You can travel anywhere without having to lug around loads of metals or anything else like that. So that's something to keep in mind. Moving on, we talked about yesterday. We took a trade yesterday, which was this one. We shorted our Bitcoin with only 10% of our account. And right now that trade is up by 2%. So Bitcoin dropped by 2%, and we are now making some funds. This is only $1.18, but it was a small amount just for educational purposes only. But this just shows you how we did in the progress of that particular trade. So we're in the green. We're making money right now. Today I didn't have time because to show this other trade that we did take, because Bitcoin was dropping. So I went ahead and made the trade. Right now, this trade was just made recently, but it's down 0.14%. But it's with more funds, $543 instead of just 61. So it's down a little bit, but we'll go over the reasons why the trade was taken. So the Bitcoin it was in an uptrend. This is the 4-hour. The 4-hour time frame. It was going up, as you can see, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and it reached a high here. But lately, it's been in this descending pattern here. So a lower high, lower high, lower high. So we're thinking that it will come down at least into this area here, around 10,900. So we sold here, and then we're hoping to at least reach in this area. We will consider taking profits here. And then if it possibly can keep going down into the 10.5 area. So we'll keep an eye on that, but that's why we took the trade. But the main point is recognizing the trend. As the trend was going up, we were making profits, but then as the trend starts to come down, you got to pay attention to the trend, how it's trending, and if you can see where the trend is changing, then you can short it by selling the Bitcoin or whatever that you have, and as the price goes down, you buy it back, and then the extra that you got, you get to keep. So that is the reason why we did it. In general, Bitcoin probably will still keep going up after it makes a slight correction around this area, but that is the reason why we took the trade. If anyone wants to take this trade, or at least keep an eye on it, what we did was we took the set it up here where you go to smart cover. You have to already have the coins. Smart cover, you put the amount that you would like to trade here to sell, and then you put it on limit, because limit, you can set the amount that you will take, that you will sell at, which you can set the amount. We didn't use trailing sell this time, but you can put the trailing sell on there. We used 100%. Generally, you wouldn't want to do that, but it's not a lot. So we used 100%. We still have our Ethereum, but we're going to try to take profit in these areas. The other, we were going to take a different type of trade today. We're going to take some Ethereum, but the problem with Ethereum is kind of moving in a range. It's not really moving up or down right now. So we held the pat on that. We didn't take an Ethereum trade. Let's go to Bitcoin Ethereum. We didn't take the trade because there wasn't really any clear indication of what exactly to do. We needed to wait a little bit longer, and I was running out of time to make the video. So we just stayed still there with Ethereum. But if we look at what Ethereum is doing here, it is on an uptrend, in a general uptrend, but right now, as you can see here, it's not really moving up significantly or down. It trended down here. We were going to try to short it, but right now, this trend, and looks like maybe like this here. So it is trending down, but right here is where we don't really know for sure where it's going to move to. So the main thing is being able to identify the trend. If Ethereum gets and breaks up and out of this trend, then we can take a long position. Or if it breaks down, if it continues to go down and breaks out here, if it breaks down, then we can consider a short. If Bitcoin continues to drop, Ethereum will likely drop too. That's something to keep an eye on. But that's right now, we did not take a trade in Ethereum, but we will if we take another trade, we'll try to do it in real time so that you can kind of see what we're doing. But right now, that is the update. So we got 2 trades going. One is already in the green and going pretty good. This one, it's got a little ways to go, but we'll keep an eye on it. Inshallah, we'll check back in tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.